Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at 10 things to know before playing Street Fighter 6. It's finally here. We are on the brink of the next era of Street Fighter, and we cannot wait to dive in. In case you haven't been keeping up with the marketing, here is everything you should know about the game before you pick up your copy. What are you planning to jump into first? The online modes, the arcade ladders, the training rooms? Let us know down in the comments. I will see you there. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. New Flair.
You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun!
Street Fighter has often carried the spirit of the arcades through its music, sound design, and UI. There's this hype, this frenetic energy that few fighting games can match. The identity of Street Fighter 6, however, is vastly different from the rest. The UI has been simplified with a clean font and graphics. Music, on the other hand, is taking more of an urban vibe, integrating tracks that bring some hip-hop and rap to the world of Street Fighter. This sounds like it would be a weird turn for the franchise, but from what we've heard so far with the music, this might be one of the best soundtracks Capcom has put out for the series. You can go listen to it for yourself. They have songs uploaded on their YouTube channel. It's great. The roster.
Watch out!
When it comes to the roster, we have both good news and bad news. The bad news is the roster is about the same size as Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. We're looking at a grand total of only 18 characters at launch. That's still big, but just not as big as previous games. The good news is that the roster is incredibly solid, practically an improvement over Street Fighter V's initial roster. You got a ton of the classic characters returning with a small helping of 6 newbies to try out. If you want to know who made it, be sure to check out our video on every character confirmed for Street Fighter 6. And hopefully some of the characters that didn't make it in initially, like Ibuki, Sakura, Rainbow Mika, hopefully they will be added later down the line. A Star is Born. One character we do want to focus on a little bit here is Luke. For those who skipped Street Fighter V, Luke was the last character added to the game all the way back in 2021, not counting 11 of course. Luke is important to Street Fighter 6 mainly because Capcom is trying to make him the new face of the franchise. He is the main character of Street Fighter 6, quote, an important character, end quote, for Street Fighter's future, according to director Takayuki Nakayama. Basically, they're trying to do the same thing they did with Alex back in the Street Fighter 3 days. Whether you like him or not, these are Capcom's plans for a new Ryu, supposedly. So, don't be surprised if some of your favorites take the back seat. Controls. We know that fighting games can be very intimidating for newcomers. I know. I've been all around the map. I've seen how people who don't play fighting games, I see how they handle fighting games. And sometimes you jump in, the controls are a bit hard to grasp, you think you're doing okay, and then next thing you know, online players are just tearing you apart like you're nothing. Well, Capcom is aiming to help ease newbies into Street Fighter 6 with 3 new control styles, and hopefully these new controls will help you kind of meet the level of the more hardcore fans. Classic maintains the 6-button layout for light, medium, and heavy punches and kicks, so if you want to play like it's, regular Street Fighter, you have that option. Modern controls simplify things by assigning the 4 face buttons as your primary attack buttons, while the right trigger is for the combo assist feature. And if you're somebody who just wants to button mash, more power to you, you have a control scheme for you, it's the dynamic controls. Literally, just mash the buttons. That is all you do. So, I guess for the kids who want to play Street Fighter, they got options. Drive gauge.
Time to play!
The drive gauge is going to be the one thing allowing you to turn the tide of battle in Street Fighter 6, and with it, you'll be able to execute a handful of moves. Activating a drive impact will let you absorb an attack, thus allowing you to potentially interrupt your rival. A drive parry will negate your opponent's attack, and when done successfully, refill some of your drive. Overdrive replaces EX special moves, but provides the same function, powerful versions of a character's special moves. Drive rushes are dashes that let you quickly close in on your opponent. And lastly, drive reversals are counterattacks that can be triggered after blocking an attack. Master these mechanics, and it'll make each fighter just a little bit more malleable for you to learn. World Tour. World Tour is arguably the most ambitious feature in Street Fighter 6. An open-world fighting game? That sounds ridiculous and overly ambitious on paper, and yet Capcom may have found a way to make it work. Here, you will create your own world warrior to go out and learn a variety of different moves from your favorite fighters. Some moves may even give you a new way to reach different areas. So far, the only confirmed areas we'll be running around in are Italy, France, and Metro City, USA. But we have a strong hunch that more will be added down the line alongside new characters. Battle Hub.
Here comes a new challenger!
The Battle Hub is going to serve as the main hub for Street Fighter 6's online community, and it honestly looks kind of cool. Your online lobbies will now take the form of a convention floor with arcade machines laying around, waiting for you to take on new challengers. And if you just want to watch some matches, there is a show floor with seating. In other words, you have a massive fighting game tournament event, a digital Evo if you will, that never closes, it never stops. And if you want a break from Street Fighter 6, you can play other classic Capcom fighting games like Final Fight and the original Street Fighter games. Online play. Well, with all of this effort being poured into Street Fighter 6's online component, Capcom better make sure they have some damn good netcode. That's probably what you're thinking after hearing about our last entry. And they do have a plan in place. Rollback netcode. This format of netcode has gradually become required in the fighting game scene due to its incredible accuracy and strong connectivity. While Street Fighter V did implement rollback netcode toward the end of its life, it was kind of messy. Hopefully Capcom has sorted it out and figured out how to make it work for Street Fighter 6 in time for launch. A change in leadership. Another notable change in Street Fighter is a little more behind the scenes. Many of us will forever remember Yoshinori Ono, who worked on much of Street Fighter's history, from the Alpha series to Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter Cross Tekken and Street Fighter V. Ono, however, left Capcom all the way back in 2020. In his place as producer for Street Fighter 6 is Kazuhiro Tsuchiya. Prior to this, Tsuchiya served as a programmer for Mega Man 7 all the way back in 1992, before becoming a producer for Asura's Wrath and Mega Man 11, director for Haunting Ground, and he served as Capcom supervisor for Project Cross Zone and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Street Fighter 6 will be directed by Takayuki Nakayama, who came in to take over directing duties for Street Fighter V after it was rebooted. Nakayama aimed to repair ties between Capcom and the Street Fighter community after Street Fighter V's disastrous first few years, by appearing in more public events and streams, as well as taking in more fan feedback. Launch.
Showtime!
So when's it coming? That's the $60 question right there. Street Fighter 6 will launch worldwide on June 2nd, 2023 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows PC. While we are excited about jumping in, we are a bit concerned for Street Fighter 6, specifically for those stuck on last gen still. Over the last couple years, we've noticed games that launch on newer platforms like PS5 and XS, they suffer greatly on older hardware like the PS4. Frame rate problems, graphical errors, visual downgrades, you've heard it all. On top of that, we are living in a weird time where PC ports are quite a mess, Capcom themselves seeing their own problems with PC ports of the modern Resident Evil games. So if you don't have a PS5 or a Series XS, we highly recommend you wait on buying this game until launch, or at least until word gets out about how this game runs on PS4 and PC. You have been warned. Did you enjoy this video? Check out some of our other videos here on MojoPlays, and don't forget to subscribe for more great stuff every day.